welcome to Indie Production Source, Episode 7. My name is Charles Stewart Jr.
And I'm Kelly Nealon. And if this is your first time joining us, Indie Production Source is a show that encompasses everything to do with independent video production.
Thanks again for watching this week. If you were watching last week, you saw that we premiered a new segment called The Call Sheet. And it was hosted with Danae, and I think it went over really well. If you liked it, you'll be able to see more of it in future episodes.
Right. Also, if you missed the special edition, you can find it on our website, ipsource.tv, along with past episodes. If you missed any of them, they're there, so check it out. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more episodes, and if you're interested in the audio version where you can find uncut interviews and the uncut show, you can subscribe on the website as well, ipsource.tv. So be sure to check that out, and let's just get started with the fresh fun.
On this week's Fresh Find, I want to talk about Google Calendars. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why am I talking about a web application that's not directly associated with video production? Well, I've been using it for about 2 years now, and I couldn't even imagine doing a production without it. And I found when I talk to a lot of other filmmakers, they're not using it. And when I do explain it to them, they end up using it and loving it. So I just wanted to make sure to get that out to everybody about how great this product is. And I guarantee if you're a producer or an AD, you'll find this an invaluable tool for all your future projects. Now let me tell you how it works. First, if you have a Gmail account or some other Google account, you already have it. You can just go to the tab or go to google.com/calendar. And if you're, like I said, if you have a Gmail account, you just sign in right there. And if you don't, you have the option to sign up from there as well. Once you're in Google Calendar, you'll find it's pretty much like any other calendar program or scheduling software that's out there. It's real easy to create an event. You go click on the square, and when it comes up, you can put in the time and the date of when you want it to happen, and if it spans over several dates as well. Now, you can leave descriptions in there if you want certain people to show up at a certain time, to just certain people, you can put them in descriptions, or if you have special instructions, you can put it in there. Now, this is what's really cool about it. If you have the actual address of the location you're going to be at, you can put that address in the where area, and it'll automatically make a Google map for it. So that means, if you've got your crew and your actors trying to go to a location, when they go look on the calendar, they can get directions to that location. So you don't really have to print a map on the back of a call sheet. It'll do it all. It does all that for you. Another cool thing is you can create more than one calendar. So if you want a calendar just for the actors and one just for the crew, and you can create that and tailor it just for that, and have people subscribe just for that calendar. Now, here's a good scenario. Most indie filmmakers, if you're really on the low budget level, you tend to be working around the actors and the crew's schedule. Well, what you can do is you can get your crew and actors to get a Gmail account or a Google Calendar account, because it's free, and then have them put their availability days on there, or days that they're working, and then you can pretty much go through and turn on each calendar. So when you're an AD or producer looking how you're going to schedule your shoots out, you can see on there and see what days are available, and who's going to be working on what days if you do it. On the flip side of that, if you are a big production and the cast and crew are working on your schedule, then you can have them all subscribe to your calendar. So that way, there's no issues about, if something changes last minute, they can check the calendar before they're supposed to come into work. So they're instantly updated. So the minute you make a change and someone might have to come in the next day, you can just tell them, hey, check the calendar. We're not sure how late the shoot's going to go tonight. So in case someone doesn't call you, just check the calendar and you'll know exactly what's going on. That way, instead of your AD making a ton of calls to everybody, you just have everyone check the calendar, and then they know what's going on and what time they are for the next day. As I said before, it's free, so it's at least worth giving it a shot. And I promise you, once you start using it, it'll be hard to remember what life was like without it. And that's it for this week's Fresh Find. If you got one for me, email me at ipsource.tv@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to get it on there. And remember, anything can be a good fresh find. You might not have thought Google Calendars was something good, but if it's something you think another filmmaker can use, definitely hit me up at that email, and we'll be sure to get it on the show. And that's it for this week's Fresh Find.
I'm glad you brought Google Calendars up for the fresh find. I know some people don't really know about it. Obviously Google's a big thing, so a lot of people do know about it. But it's something that we use, and it's simple and easy, and I think the people need to know. You know, like it's easy to color coordinate like you do with your pinks and stuff, but it's something that it's easy
pink.
for everyone.
It's not pink.
Yeah.
Get it right if you're gonna tell the people.
Yeah. Well, I'm not lying to him. So.
No, honestly, I debated whether or not I was going to use it because I know it's not really a film-specific kind of thing, but I mean, we just use it so much, and I think it's crucial for anyone using a film, and it's free, and it's a good way to get information out to everybody.
Right, but I think even it is somewhat, you can use it for film because, pre-production is always kind of a pain. It's an easy way to get everyone on the same page and organized, and it's free, so. Yeah,
well, I mean, I think anyone that's worked on a film or even their own production that, information is the most important thing when you have a film. Like, miscommunication can destroy a whole day of shooting, so,
right.
This just kind of helps keep everyone on board, with what's going on, so that is one less thing you have to worry about is miscommunication.
Yes, that is true.
So, and Kelly's calendar is pink, so it's one or another. But next is the plug.
I didn't even understand what you said.
Kelly's calendar's big.
For this week's plug, we're featuring The Final Fight. It's about a detective who searches for his partner's killers when the tables turn and the killers lure him into their hands by someone he thought he could trust. So let's take a look. This is The Final Fight. The trailer looks good, and they included a lot of good fight scenes from the movie, and believe it or not, it was shot on the Canon GL1. Filming took place nights and weekends from June to September of 2007. They shot in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Hurst, Texas. It was written and produced by Glenn Bradley, directed by Michelangelo Cumalata. The Final Fight is currently looking for distribution. For more details on the film, check out finalfightmovie.com. And that's this week's The Plug. If you want to be featured on this segment, no matter how big or small your production is, whether it's short or behind the scenes or a feature-length movie, no matter what, email us at ipsource.tv@gmail.com and we'll get you on this segment.
Well, that was definitely cool. It had that 80s action movie kind of feel to it, so I thought that was kind of a cool throwback, and I mean, I hope that's what they were going for because it looked like it. But
yeah, I thought it looked pretty good considering they were using, the GL1, which has been around for quite some time.
I know, that trips me out.
I mean, it shows you don't need all the brand new equipment and all that stuff to, make your film. I mean, that's the main goal, is to get what you want,
Yeah, I mean, I thought all the action stuff was awesome, and I was blown away when I found out it was on GL1. So I think that, like you said, and that's cool that people can, because I think everyone, like you said, gets caught up in they got to have the newest camera, like the newest stuff to even bother. But I mean, I think you hit that one on the head. Yeah.
So let's take it to the interview of 1 Hour Fantasy Girl that Stu did with Stu.
All right, I'm here with Edgar Bravo, the writer-director of 1 Hour Fantasy Girl. And Edgar, first, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
I went to graduate school at UCLA. I got my master's in film and directing, writing and directing, and